The narcissistic cycle is a wheel built out of ego, running on fumes and spinning until it breaks its own axle. Idealization, devaluation, discard, hoover. That's the rotation. They think it's rhythm, but it's really rust. They sell it to you like jazz improv, but it's the same off-key note on repeat. The song don't change, only the audience does. When you first meet a narcissist, it's performance art. Idealization ain't love, it's theater. They study you like a syllabus. They listen to your dreams, not because they care, but because they want material. And when they spit those dreams back at you, you think you found someone who gets you. Nah, playboy. You found a mirror with a mouth. Psychology calls it mirroring. Neuroscience shows your mirror neurons light up when someone reflects you back, and that makes your brain trust them. But it's counterfeit trust. It's a carnival mirror. You're beautiful, they just warped it into flattery. Then comes devaluation. That's when the act slips. The same smile they praised is now doing too much. The same loyalty they loved is now clingy. They drip poison in doses small enough to confuse you, large enough to wound you. Science calls this trauma bonding, a cycle of abuse and reward that locks your nervous system in a slot machine trance. Your cortisol spikes, your dopamine crashes, and you become addicted to the hope of the high. You think you're chasing love, but you're just pulling the lever. And the narc sits back with cigar smoke and arrogance like a casino boss who knows the odds are rigged. Then the discard. That cold goodbye that feels like someone ripped pages out of your own story. They vanish, or worse, they smear you. They walk like they're free, but the brain don't forget. Memory ain't delete and reinstall. Memory is sticky. Every lie they told you, every betrayal, every gaslight, it's logged in their own nervous system. They can't escape it. Cognitive dissonance builds. They think they free, they actually chained. And the hoovering is inevitable. Even if you drag their name through dirt, even if you publish the receipts, they circle back. Why? Because narcissists lack object constancy. When you're gone, they can't hold on to your goodness in their mind. But because you were the deepest supply, you are permanently etched in their nervous system. That's why even if they in Bali with a new boo, sipping coconut water, you're still there in the shadow of the drink. They will test the waters, knock on the door, hey stranger. They always come back, because the cycle is their only religion. Now here's where the story slows. Why are you always on their mind? Because you were the one they fumbled. They didn't just lose supply, they lost a mirror that made them feel human. You were their stabilizer, their anchor. You forgave more times than anybody else ever will. And the human brain remembers forgiveness. It burns into memory. They know you gave them more than they deserved, and that knowledge haunts them louder than any insult. The pressure builds, ego is heavy, arrogance is corrosive, lies are exhausting. Every time they repeat the same cycle with new people, it fails faster. That's repetition compulsion. The mind repeating trauma until it collapses under the weight. They can't hold the mask forever. The mask cracks in traffic, at dinner, in bed, and once it cracks, the new supply sees what you saw, and then it starts again. But they carry you like a phantom limb. Every joke feels flat because it don't land like yours. Every meal feels empty because it don't taste like yours. Every silence feels hostile because it ain't your peace. You are the ghost in their nervous system. That's why you never leave. And the monkeys? Oh, those flying monkeys. At first they clap for the narc. They gossip with glee, they run errands in the smear campaign. But time turns gossip sour. Monkeys turn. They realize they were in somebody else's circus, unpaid interns in a drama they didn't audition for. They start blaming. Now let's sit heavy on the blame, because blame is where the wheel slows down and karma sits down like an elder in the room. Narcissists and monkeys both end up blaming themselves. It's messy, it's funny, it's tragic. 20 ways the narcissist blames themselves. They remember the chances you gave them and know nobody else will be that merciful. They realize their manipulations don't land the same anymore because they used all their best lies on you. They feel loneliness spike in crowds, baseline cortisol humming through their bloodstream. They see you glowing without them, and envy tastes like bile. They recognize they are addicted to drama, and you were the only one who ever gave them peace. They remember your forgiveness and choke on shame. They know their reputation is stained. Trust, once broken, is hard science, not poetry. They notice joy don't come easy no more. Laughter feels forced. They hear your voice in their head during every new fight. Mirror neurons firing like ghosts. They regret the one time they almost came clean and didn't. That almost becomes an eternal bruise. They catch themselves comparing every new lover to you and nobody measures up. They know they destroyed the only person who wanted to build with them. They see themselves sabotaging even small joys because sabotage became habit. They feel shame gnaw at them, but ego won't let them admit it, so they rot inside. They remember how you held them in moments they'll never recreate. They realize their charm aged out. The new crowd don't buy it. They hate their own reflection because the mask is cracking. They feel the loneliness of being known by nobody, and deep down they whisper your name in regret they'll never confess. 20 ways the monkeys blame themselves and the narc. They realize they were pawns in someone else's war, disposable pieces on a chessboard. They remember how the narc lied bold-faced and they bought it. They see your healing and feel like fools for doubting you. They watch the narc turn on them and realize loyalty ain't loyalty, it's a trap. They feel their own credibility collapse in their circles. They recognize they were never valued either, just used. They envy your peace and resent the narc for blocking theirs. They see the narc unravel and wonder why they defended that. They regret the smear campaigns and feel stained by it. They remember you warning them and feel stupid for ignoring it. They see their own lives stuck while you elevate. They realize their status dropped by association. They hear the narc's lies exposed and feel public shame. They recognize you were right all along. They know they helped exile the chosen one. They regret missing your light. They feel dirty remembering the gossip they spread. They realize they never got anything from siding with the narc but pain. They lose people in their own life because of their allegiance. And they know they can never get access to you again. And that regret is a permanent scar. And here's where the stoic truth lands. Every insult, every betrayal, every discard, it comes back. Neuroscience shows memory is sticky. Psychology shows trauma repeats. Karma shows what goes around comes around. And culture shows don't fumble blessings because blessings don't boomerang. You were the chosen one, the empath, the universal gift. They didn't just fumble you, they fumbled their own salvation. The Stoic lesson? You don't need revenge. You don't need a clapback. You don't need to expose. Silence is the sermon. Absence is the punishment. Healing is the rebuke. They thought they hurt you, but they swallowed the poison themselves. So stand still, stand stoic, because their cycle is theirs, not yours. And every spin of that wheel chews their own flesh. Every hoover proves their emptiness. Every memory of you haunts them like scripture carved in stone. And when the wheel finally breaks, when the monkeys scatter, when the bravado fades, when the silence screams, all that's left is the ghost of you. That's not your curse. That's their karma.